Coors Field at historic Camp Randall Stadium, where we are looking forward to a fantastic battle. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Wisconsin Badgers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Badgers' return team didn't help matters out much there. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
And the Badgers in the hurry-up. Leaves it with the back. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. Offense in the hurry-up.
That's a good-looking run there, and if you're going to be RB1 for Wisconsin, you're going to be pretty talented, because you think of the guys they've had in this backfield in recent years, the Heisman Trophy winner Ron Dane, Monty Ball, how about Jonathan Taylor that's getting it done now on Sundays? This guy's got power, he's got speed, he's got shiftiness, he's got all the tools you need to be successful and play on Sunday.
Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Running it to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Dropping back, it's Singleton, getting some heat. He'll throw it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. The Badgers line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. The Buckeyes offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move? Gives him the first down yardage.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Catch open down the middle. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. First down for the offense. Fires to the tight end. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
Nice read and nice throw. And I know Wisconsin quarterbacks always get the unfair moniker that they're game managers, and it's because they've...
Deep shot for the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Yeah, those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. He's looking to throw on third and short. Finds a tight end. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. Third and goal coming up here. To the air, it's Singleton. Coming after him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the field goal unit is on the field. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Reels it in down the left side. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He's got his man. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's the handoff. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. And he's sprinting, he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Now they'll run the draw. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. And the Badgers want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw, it's Singleton. They're bringing heat. Heaves it on the run. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Badgers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. New Mexico has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside University Stadium. They're up by 4 over Hawaii. He'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. He's going to pass. Fires and picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about that D coming up with a play like that? They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Nice move to keep moving. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. They'll go right back to him. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. And the Badgers will hustle to the line. They'll try to get it through the air. A strike downfield. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. These guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Trying to pick up a first down. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Here we go. Looking to throw at Singleton. Fires to the middle. He's got it. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. Feeling some heat. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Get it out on the screen. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Looking to throw it again. Grabs it in the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Badgers want to move quickly. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, picked off. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. 1st down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Quickly complete. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Going for it all. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
What a snag by the defense. And he will step out of bounds
And the Badgers
to get the ball back for his offense.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point, and he was able to come away with the pick.
He's got it. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. To the air, it's Singleton. Got the back over the middle. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the 1st half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he opened.
And it's caught! Touchdown, Badger!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Just over 20 seconds to play in the half. You just don't want to make a big mistake here. Trying to find his man on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass, it's Waters. Going over the top. And the ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
It's now second down.
On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside his own 15, looking for room. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Madison.
And the Badgers will kick it off to start the second half. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their 1-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the catch past the sticks. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. And the Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Waters. Going up top. And he's got it at the tag. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're just about ready to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Badgers moving quickly to the line. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Got his man quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Defense in press coverage. The play action fake. Grab near the marker. It's Garner. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Badgers look to keep this drive humming. To throw, it's Singleton. Floats it out in space. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And now on second down for this offense.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. The Badgers have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wisconsin. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. San Diego State had an impressive showing at home today, and I know the fans are psyched for hoop season, but pay attention to what's happening on the gridiron too, people. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. What a return that one was. 95 yards. He took it back for 6. They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Second down coming up.
So let's see if they can make up for that loss on second down from the 18. Wants to throw. It's Singleton. Hit as he throws. It's complete. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. complementary offensive football, finding just enough balance, and Wisconsin quarterbacks have always done a great job staying within their system.
Stay within the system, stay within yourself, know when to chuck the football. But more importantly, what do you got to do, Reese? You got to take care of the football. Play action, make those plays, but don't put the ball in harm's way.
And the Badgers headed quickly to the line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Into the end zone. And that ball is picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. The Buckeyes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Well, nice job finding a crease to go get that first. And, Dave, there's just some running backs out there that feel like they have that sixth sense. They just know where the marker is. They know where that first down marker is, and they're just able to find a way to fall forward and get it.
Oh, and I love when they don't dance. Know the situation, right? Don't bounce things that don't need to be bounced. When I need to stick my face in there and lower my shoulder and get a couple yards, I got to know the situation. Great job by him running the ball physical and finishing the run for a first down.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They get him down after he makes the catch.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that one.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm.
He's got it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a man. It's Singleton. He's right on target. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. This dude is putting up numbers. He has cracked the 150 mark in receiving yards.
Man, he's a weapon, Reese. He runs routes, he's fast, he's great with the football in his hands, and he can line up in a lot of different spots and run the entire route tree. I mean, what can't this guy do?
Get you some of that. And with that completion, now he's over 400 yards on the day. That's a really, really good game for this quarterback. He's been almost flawless.
Quickly to the tight end.
I think the defense just lost track of where the tight end was. He was running his route to the outside. Nobody there. I think the DBs got occupied by some clear-out routes, so the offense will take it, and they keep the drive alive.
Makes the grab down the middle. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
This is an offense that has skill. They've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up 1st and goal. He'll just keep slinging it. Into the house. Touchdown, Badger!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Trying to pound their way in. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Touch pass on the right. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the stomping has commenced. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
this one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Buffalo may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from UB Stadium every time. The Bulls have been racking up road wins since the Bob Deming days, and they'll get another one today. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Offense getting set for first down. Looking downfield, it's Singleton. It's complete on the right side. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw on second down. He's got it. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. He'll come out throwing on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
He's going to pass on second down. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Bringing it back. The 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one.